Hello. I think that's the fastest transition from deciding I'm going to stream to hitting the go live button. Though I was kind of hesitating on streaming for a while because, like, you know, fully transparent, I took a shower not that long ago and my hair is still kind of damp. I usually like to wait until it's fully dried before putting on headphones because it's just like a nasty feeling to wear anything on your head when you've still got wet hair. But I decided that was taking too long because I've got a lot of hair, so I'm streaming anyways. Last stream was kind of like a somber, awkwardly melancholy start to the stream, and today I'm starting the stream angry! Which I know, I seem incredibly angry when I laugh immediately afterwards, because I'm not really that angry. But I was a little... like, yesterday... So I would love to say that after ending stream last night, I had a wonderful night with my girlfriend, and nothing bad happened at all, but what actually happened was I turned off my stream and saw that she was already offline, meaning, as was kind of expected due to it still being windy in her part of Washington right now, the internet had gone out. So I was, like, really just immediately hit with, like, ugh, you know... I could have kept streaming, because, like, now what do I do? I've already worked on my game for the day. It's kind of awkward. I already have, like, most of my YouTube videos set. There's not really that much work I can do after I finish the stream. So you know, if I had known ahead of time, I would have just kept streaming. But, it was kind of too late. I didn't want to go back online after immediately ending. That would be weird. So I just relaxed for the rest of the night, or I thought I was going to relax. Because, like, the standard routine for me is, like, as soon as I end the stream, I go to Twitch and export the VOD immediately so I don't forget to do it later. But just, I don't know, the VOD was broken. So, already 2 frustrations in for the night. I had to download the VOD, which thankfully worked. I think, like, the most trouble I've ever had with a VOD, I can't even remember the reasoning behind it. Like, for whatever reason, there was one particular Twitch VOD, I think in the video, I, like, explain what had happened, but I kind of forget what happened at this point. But I think the case was that I couldn't download the VOD from Twitch for whatever reason, and I also couldn't export it. So... the most trouble I've ever had getting a VOD from Twitch to YouTube was me literally, like, live recording, like, re-recording. It's essentially one step away from me holding a camera at my screen while the VOD plays. I just had OBS running, and I was like, hey, this is gonna be awkward, but, haha, the VOD didn't save correctly, so I have to record it on Twitch. And, not only that, but, like, something happened on Twitch and it, like, stopped an hour in or so, and I had to, like, fix it, and then I had to cut the video afterwards. So, thankfully it wasn't a nightmare like that, but I guess that's not something I really talked about. I don't know, I might have talked about that on stream, closer to when it happened. It was one of the, if you want to find the VOD, it's one of the... Kirby and the Amazing... What's it called? Kirby and the Amazing Mirror? Kirby and the Magical Mirror? Whatever that Kirby game is. Great Kirby game. But unfortunately, bad Twitch VOD. Non-cooperative Twitch VOD. So it wasn't that bad. But it is still kind of annoying when you sort of rely on the website you stream on to work to that capacity. Today, I woke up and tried again just to see if, like, it was still an ongoing issue. But no, the exports were working today, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about doing that again. But, yeah, last night, and I could have just delayed it till today, But it feels better for me to get it over with while it's fresh on my mind. So I just downloaded it and then cut it up with FFmpeg and then shipped that to YouTube. Which was a little annoying, but I think the biggest annoyance of last night, and I'll get to the gameplay soon, don't worry, but the biggest annoyance was me deciding to leave feedback in the Boomerang X Discord server. It was feedback that I had talked about on stream a couple of times while playing Boomerang X, while Bones was in the chat, but I think that the time they were in the chat, I had told them about a different bug, and they were skimming the VOD to see what that bug was, and didn't really hear my conversation about the other complaint I had, which is fine. I kind of expected it while I was talking about it, but yeah, I was like, I'll just, you know, pretend that that didn't happen, and instead leave a more formal and direct complaint in the Discord, which is, you know, more permanent. But they were offline, so I didn't expect it to get to anybody until the next day anyways. What I definitely didn't expect is for someone that I've basically not interacted with at all to really want to go on like an hour-long tirade about my opinion, basically. And usually I'm pretty good about not getting sucked into things like that, but it particularly bothered me that all of the complaints they had with my complaint, first off, didn't ask if anyone in the Discord has complaints with my complaint, but the only complaints they had were very obvious misconceptions with what I had said. Like, the first thing they said was just an obvious misread of what I had typed out, because they just didn't make any sense at all. And then they're like, oh, wait, I misread that. Let me rewrite my thoughts. And then they just came up with an entirely different reason to be upset, which I was like, okay. But the new reason they're upset is another misconception. So I spent like 30... Like, actually, I mean, I could look at the timestamps, but I don't care that much. It was pretty close to 30 minutes trying to explain my point as clearly as possible, because it obviously wasn't breaking through, until they eventually understood, 30 minutes later, and, believe it or not, came up with a new reason to be upset. And at that point, I was just like, okay, I shouldn't have wasted this much time on you, but especially now that I realize you're not here to, you know, come to an agreement, you're just here to be mad, I'm done. Like, you know, I've talked about someone like that on the stream in the past. I was friends with someone like that for like 2 years, and I just cut that person out of my life because I cannot get into meaningless arguments over and over again with people that just exist to get mad. Like, there are so many people on the internet that only start arguments because they have fun arguing, and that's their pastime. Like, if you've got nothing better to do than to complain about someone else's complaint on a Discord for a game that's not even out yet, you know, feel free, but just don't involve me. I'm not gonna get involved anymore. It's so fucking stupid. And I was very pleased to see that when I woke up this morning, Bones, I think the only programmer, or at least like the lead programmer on the team, was just like, yeah, that change that you wanted is literally already made in the game right now. So don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, cool, thank you. It's like, not only were there complaints, okay, so like the first complaint was they thought I was talking about teleporting to the boomerang instead of dashing to the boomerang, which is not what I want. My two things that I proposed were, I think it would be cool if like the boomerang like railgunned back to you when you recalled it, and it was like an instant like bullet shot straight to your hands, because the biggest problem I have with it is the delay allowed it so that you could throw the boomerang, recall it, and then you could still dash to it accidentally while the recall was, like, on its way back. And the reason that would happen is because the button for dash is left mouse button, which is the same button for throw and charging the boomerang. Yes, I could rebind all of these, but in like 99% of gameplay, it doesn't actually matter that it's the same button. It's only a problem because of the awkward delay. So I proposed, because I think it would be more fun if it was an instant recall, but I also said underneath that, like, if they're happy with the way the game is right now, it would totally be acceptable if you just disabled dashing while the boomerang was being recalled. That's the change that's currently implemented in the main branch of the game, which I'm totally fine with. Like, I was really fine with either. Yeah, so after misinterpreting what I meant with the first message I had sent, they, again, didn't realize that when I was saying I want an instant recall, that would include, like, still being able to throw the boomerang behind something and recall it, killing everything in between you. I just wanted it to happen instantly instead of in, like, the 0.1 to 0.5 seconds that it currently is. Which, by the way, they said that they tested that as well. That was how it was originally implemented, but they wanted more visual clarity out of it, I guess, so they slowed it down to not being instantaneous so you could actually see the boomerang travel to you, which is fine. Like, I think it's just, like, it's not that big of a deal. It is more or less just a flavor thing. The thing that really bothered me was the finicky controls of accidentally dashing. But I just threw the instant boomerang out there because I think it's like, I don't know, I just think it's like juicier game feel. Especially with like a chunky sound effect of the boomerang zipping back to you, but I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, they thought that I was implying I just want the boomerang to teleport to your hand without, like, killing things in between you, like it currently does when you recall it. So that's the explanation that took, like, 30 minutes for some reason. Just couldn't get it through. And then finally, when I said it would still, you know, kill everything in between the boomerang and yourself when you recall it, they hit me with, well, that sounds overpowered. And I just... like, their previous complaint was that the timing of the current recall is so insignificant that I shouldn't be bothered by it at all, but also making it go from insignificant to 0 is somehow such a massive power gap that it would be overpowered. I just, you know, I couldn't handle it anymore. Not to mention that, like, all of their arguments were just like, mean. Like, they were going after me, and like, kind of insulting me for even suggesting that something be changed about the game. Like, the very first thing they wanted to do was, like, because they couldn't form why they didn't like it so much. Obviously, they just didn't want anything to be changed about the game they like. But instead of, like, coming up with a good reason, they were just like, let me write a message to, like, a bunch of my friends and see if they agree with how stupid you are. And I was like, okay, cool. And then another lovely message was, well, I just can't see, like, if a live streamer was streaming with, like, 1,000 viewers and they had the same complaint you did, I just can't imagine anyone in chat would agree with it. Like, okay. This is fun. Like... I literally just made a suggestion that has already been actively changed in the current development branch of the game, apparently. But, you know, I guess I am a stupid dumbass. My bad for saying anything. Just never going to, like, publicly make a feedback issue towards the game ever again. Alright, that's the angry part of the stream. I'm done. I'm done being mad. Let's, get my chat back up, because I just realized I never had it in the right spot. There you go. Let's play Loop Hero. Enough being a main menu streamer. I'll probably cut that into a separate video when putting this to a VOD on YouTube, because I feel like not that many people want to hear me complain. I love hearing myself complain. It sounds great to me, but I imagine that's not for everyone. Okay, start timer. Do I have colors? I didn't change the colors. Yeah. Colors are still good. Am I forgetting to do something? I always feel like I am when I don't take that long to start the stream.